You want shirts? I got shirts.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Lars had always been a beloved favorite among the northern people of Hornar. As the eldest son in an illustrious family, he was lavished with honors and attention, and after the tragedy that had befallen his house, he came to be revered as the head thereof. Jorgen and Lars' parents had been attacked by outlaws and perished, while his younger sister Krista had gone missing. For many years after that fateful day, Jorgen lived in the shadow of the only kin he had left. As a child, he adored Lars and tried to match him in everything, becoming a diligent student of the magic arts and always coming to the aid of the peoples of Hornar. Yet the older brother would seldom pay attention to the younger, as his own fame and glory were of much greater concern to him. Thus, however good Jorgen were, he would never hear any words of support. By the time he was a young lad, Jorgen's heart was burning with the fires of hatred and envy. How can this be? What have I done to displease these people? He would ask again and again, alone in a distant part of the alder forest. A man of no great height stepped suddenly into the overgrown clearing and said, I know what is making you sad, Jorgen. I am an outcast myself, though I have chosen a different fate. The fate of an outcast who has attained greatness. I believe it is a path we are to walk together. An outcast, you say? An exile? The injustice sent a wave of anguish over the young man's soul. Whatever I do, the Horner people will never accept me for one of their own. It's always Lars, just Lars. Driven by his feelings, Jorgen got up and obediently followed the man he did not even know. The stranger turned out to be none other than Shaverak, a mighty dark sorcerer, but it worried Jorgen little by then, as he absorbed knowledge like a sponge. Shaverak praised him. He called him his heir and his successor. What could be more gratifying? There was but one source of unpleasantness. The sorcerer would conduct peculiar and morbid magical experiments on his apprentice, which turned young Jorgen into a mockery of a living being. A hunched back and deathly pale skin, against which a pair of sharp and crooked horns stood out. Such was Shaverak's notion of an appearance befitting his apprentice. Manipulating human life force and energy was what the young mage was showing himself the most adept at. Day after day, he practiced on victim after victim, supplied by the sorcerer. As Jorgen devoured souls, his own power grew. The less life force an enemy has, the more is available to the ambitious mage. What a surprise it will be for my brother when I crush his little world with my incredible magic. He smirked as he squeezed the life out of another victim. Shell after lifeless shell dropped to the ground. Jorgen's might was becoming truly impressive. When his apprenticeship was at its end, Shaverak said, You are prepared to receive truly arcane knowledge, my disciple, but first you must prove your loyalty to the darkness in a manner most befitting. By killing your brother. Let us make haste then, Jorgen shouted, clapping his hands, and yet there was no joy to be discerned in his words. Jorgen did not immediately recognize his brother, whose hair had grown whiter than snow, and whose once perfect face was marred by wrinkles. Eyes like those of a cornered wolf, an unbowed back, and clenched fists said much of Lars. The sorcerer's voice all but deafened his apprentice. Kill him, Lars! Or kill him, kill Lars! Yelled the wizard. Raising his magic chalice over his head, Jorgen uttered a spell in a barely audible whisper before bringing it crashing down upon Shaverak. Not even he could survive a blow of such force. And as the sorcerer writhed in agony, brother stared at brother. There was neither hatred nor envy in that stare. He realized that his brother had changed. Lars had come to avoid the love of the people, dreaming only of restoring his family. He had spent many years looking for his two siblings. He felt lonely, but could not abandon his people. Even as, blinded by resentment, Jorgen had yielded to the dark mage's tempting and sunk into the depths of sin. Oh, how many errors he had made! How many innocent souls had perished at his hands! Repentant, the brothers decided to atone for their guilt by serving the Dominion in the ranks of the fabled Guardians. So, first of all, what is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and occasionally I like to do videos like this, talking about the lore side of things, the story of the heroes, if you will. This is an article posted by NextersGlobal on their herowars.zendesk.com page. There's a number of great articles discussing different heroes. So if you guys want some background on some of your favorite heroes, go check it out. It's in one of these articles that I found out that Jorgen was one of the twins' siblings. But this article actually raises a couple of questions. If Lars was Jorgen's older brother, and according to this, Krista is Jorgen's younger sister. Does that make Lars and Krista actually twins? Or do we just call them that to make things easier? I'm not sure. I actually reached out to a couple of community managers to ask this question just to kind of get an official response to see where we were with this hero. I'm not sure what the age age difference is. They are, I believe these are high elves, Jorgen, Lars, and Krista. So they can grow to be very, very old. But let's talk a little bit about Jorgen. This is akin to the Who Is series that I used to do. So Jorgen is a support hero. He's a control support, that is. His main stat is strength, and he fights in the middle line. You can get his soul stones from a number of different events, a number of different soul stone chests, but primarily you get Jorgen from the Outland shop that is with the Outland coins. And I believe the Outland shop is unlocked when you reach level 25, I think. I know it's different on mobile than it is on Facebook, but I believe it is 25. You get access to Outland. It might be 18 for Highwaymen and then 25 for Outland on mobile. I can't remember. Let me know down in the comments if you guys know. So Jorgen is very unique in that he possesses abilities to manage energy, manage the opponent's energy, and manage his own team's energy. There are a couple of heroes that do fun things with energy, but not on the level that Jorgen does. He's got two fantastic abilities: his Gray Ultimate ability, Torment of Powerlessness, as well as the Violet ability, Tainted Wounds, that will effectively nullify the energy gain of the opponent's front line, usually the tank, sometimes in the case of Torment of Powerlessness, anybody that's in the front line. If there's multiple tanks or multiple tanks and warriors, usually it'll hit them all. And these Tainted Wounds will steal energy, whereas Torment of Powerlessness will block energy gain altogether. So against heroes that want to use their ultimate ability, Jorgen is a fantastic hero to counter them. He also has Cycle of Energies, which is a fantastic shield. This shield will block all damage, that is physical, magical, and pure damage, and whatever ally is shielded will gain double energy. Okay, gain energy at a double rate. Every basic attack, every kill, every piece of damage taken, it will be doubled as far as the energy gain is concerned. And then finally, you have Leper, which is the curse that is fantastic for Jorgen on physical attacking teams. It will dump all of the physical damage done to the opposing team onto the rearmost hero for 10 seconds. Very strong ability. And Jorgen is kind of unique in that a lot of his abilities don't require you to completely invest in him for him to be strong. And there's actually a tactic out there that suggests keeping him a little lower level than other heroes so that he takes more damage and thus gains energy quicker, so he can fire off his Gray ability much faster. Jorgen has got 3 skins. He's got the default skin, which is strength, given that he is a strength hero. He has the champion skin, which you can get with Guild War trophies, and probably the coolest looking skin, very gray hair, silver hair, whatever. And then you have the clown skin with a creepy little dead Peppy doll on his on his coattails. I'm not sure if that's actually Peppy or if that's a Peppy doll, but the movie It was characterized by a scary clown that carried around a red balloon like this and looked very similar to how this Jorgen skin looks now. So when it comes to these skins, I would suggest probably leveling up the health and magic defense skin if you can get them. Otherwise, the strength skin is fine. Increasing his main stat helps against critical hits, and it helps with his health overall. His glyphs, he's got magic attack, health, armor, magic defense, and strength. I would suggest leveling up his defensive abilities first. Okay, his magic attack glyph is going to be beneficial for his skills. However, keeping him alive longer is going to be the name of the game, as is the case with most supports. So I would probably raise health, armor, and magic defense evenly. Maybe health first, and then do magic attack, and then probably strength last. For artifacts, he has the magic attack artifact weapon of Shavrak's Blood. This, of course, harkening back to his story where he was apprenticed to Shavrak for a time. Magic attack for the whole team is very, very good. However, it's a little counterintuitive given the set of his other skills. His abilities are based on magic attack. However, his leper skill the curse that curses the furthest enemy, and all physical damage done is dropped onto that rearmost energy. That would suggest putting Jorgen into a physical attacking team. However, his artifact wants you to put him in a magic attacking team. So he kind of fits in both teams pretty well. Not great, not 100% perfect in either, but very strong in both. His book is Armor and Magic Defense, very strong artifact to level up, and of course his ring is Strength. Probably level up his artifact weapon first, given how powerful it is. Of course, Jorgen is one of the tankiest support heroes in the game. He's very like Martha in that regard. He's very tough to kill once you get him invested in. So that book, that Defender's Covenant, will be extremely beneficial to have leveled up. Very strong hero, very strong hero. Of the heroes that you can get access to as a free-to-play player, he is one that I would recommend every player get. There is a debate on whether or not you should get Jorgen immediately, or if you should spend all of your Outland coins on Skinstone chests for your primary team. Jorgen, while leveling up, is less crucial, less important than having Jorgen at in-game. Okay, Jorgen's shield is, and of course his energy abilities are beneficial in the campaign and in Outland and in the tower. However, while you're leveling up, it may be more beneficial to dump all of your Outland coins into resources that will help your primary team grow. Jorgen doesn't find his place in any primary teams until you start doing high-level player versus player, or I guess any player versus player combat in the arena or guild war or grand arena. So two schools of thought on that. You will not be wasting resources if you're leveling up Jorgen, though. Definitely worth investing in. As far as teams are concerned, Jorgen is one of those few support heroes that will fit seamlessly into every type of team. He would do well in a magic team with, let's say, Ziri and the twins and maybe Celeste and Jorgen. He would do very well in a Satori team, like with Astaroth, Satori, Nebula, Jorgen, and Martha, or Dorian, or whoever. He would do very well subbed into your Kark team. I use him a lot in my Astaroth, Kark, Nebula, Faceless Martha team. I sub out Nebula, or I sub out Martha for Jorgen on occasion. And he would do well on defensive teams, teams that are designed to outlast your opponent. Put him in for a 2-tank, 3 support team, and he would he'll be a little bit official. He's a hard to kill hero. He'll shield one of your allies, and he will drain the energy of the attacking team pretty well. So all in all, good hero to level up. A hero that I recommend to every single player. And even if he's not in your main team, he will find a place in your top 15 team. So with all that being said, I'm going to wrap the video up here. Take a look on screen at the anti-Jorgen video I just did. And also I want to include on here the original Who is Jorgen video that I did almost a year ago. Man, that video was rough to watch. But until then, guys, I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.